Hey everybody, sorry for the wait. 5 minutes late. I just finished having dinner, and that's why I'm late. So I apologize for that. And thank you, Zachary, because I was kind of pushing every. I was like, okay, we're gonna do it on Sunday. We're gonna do it on Monday. But we finally got a chance to do it. So thanks everyone for waiting. I see Joanne here, Melissa, who is Zachary's cousin. Welcome to your probably your first live here, right? If you didn't watch my last live stream on YouTube, I was trying to get some guests to come on, and Zachary was one of the people that was watching my show, and I was trying to get him on because he told me his story, and when he first told me about it, oh, I can hear. You guys hear that echo?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I think it's coming from your side, Zachary.
There we go. Yeah, it is.
Okay, that's better. That's good. So I was trying to get Zachary to come on. And he's like, "Oh no, I don't." Actually, he didn't tell me till later. But he messaged me after the show, and he says, he was kind of shy, but then he's ready. So I was like, okay, well, let's do a live together because I want to share. I want people to know about a story because it's very similar to mine. It was about going through a very dark period in your life, battling through it, not thinking that you'll ever overcome it, and then finally something happens. Sometimes it's unexpected, and you come and you find the light. So I wanted to talk about this light. I want to talk about getting to Zachary story. And just before we start, I just want to say hi to Benji Girl and Lala. Helen, hey Helen, how are you doing? Melissa was here. Joanne, how are you doing? Thank you guys for coming on and waiting. I'm so excited to have Zachary here. We did have a live chat, a video chat a few days ago, right, Zachary? When our first talks, because I wanted to know more about his story. So I'm gonna introduce you to Zachary, and Zachary's gonna tell him a little bit about himself, right, Zachary? And
Yes.
maybe you could start talking about how everything kind of started, like where that darkness came from.
Well, the darkness first came from where after my aunt had passed away, I was
Michelle.
going through like a really difficult time, and I wanted to like end my life. There was nothing left for me, and oh, hold on one sec.
Yep, no problem.
My door.
Don't you love Zachary's energy? It's amazing. Hi Joanne, how are you? Lala's now busy with Roblox. Oh, that sounds like my boys. They're always on Roblox. All right,
Sorry, folks.
Zachary's back.
Sorry, folks.
Yeah,
No
because he had to
problem.
let his wife in.
Hi. Oh, there you are. Hey Tammy. That's Tammy, Zachary's wife.
Yeah, I had to let her in. She was knocking at the door.
Melissa said. Sorry, I was Shell.
Okay.
Melissa says Zach definitely lights up every room.
Yes, I do.
That's awesome.
Well, I try to, but it's Melissa would know that
Yes.
with her in the room, it's a lot more for me to light up even more because she really helps me out.
Yeah,
She's
you
been
told me
there
a
for
lot
me.
of great
Like
things about. Hey,
when
cat
I
girl,
was
how are you doing?
falling, she's
Melissa,
always there.
Zachary spoke a lot about you, and you were just amazing with him during that time. He probably wouldn't be here without you. So, that's amazing what you did for him. Really.
Yes. Anyway, as
Keep
I
going.
was back to the point,
Back to the
it
story.
happened after my aunt had passed away. I had nothing left in my world, and then everything just came crashing down. I wanted to end my life, and then I was doing a bit better after that, and then everything just struck again.
Hmm.
Basically, Melissa would know because her grandfather passed away, which is my great uncle,
Right.
and I was talking to her and everything else, and my world had come tumbling again. Like every time when everything is going good in my life, it's always something just happens. Like
It's like a
my
never-ending
world
cycle.
is around me just crashes.
Right. Right.
So Melissa's been there for me through thick and thin. So she's helped me. And every time when I fall in, she's right there to pick me back up, push me forward. Every time I fall, she's right there.
Hmm. How bad was it? Like, and so the reason why you felt that you blame yourself for the passing,
Yes. Yes, I
and
did.
why did you blame yourself for that?
Because every time when I'm close to a relative, and Melissa's hearing me on this, I was talking to
Yep.
her too about it. every time when I'm near a relative, when I'm just getting that closeness,
Yes.
everything just falls apart. Like they're just gone the next minute. And then I'm just like, if only I was there, things would have been better. The person would have hung on, and then everything would have been fine. But I felt it was my fault. I wasn't there. I let the person ride the light. And then I'm just like, what am I going to do now without them?
Right. Yeah. I mean, you have a sense that that person's not going to be with you anymore, and that separation, and not being able to see them again is really tough as well. So I understand that too, but it's also I know what you went through because my mom went through the same thing too, right? Like my dad was ill before he passed away,
Yeah.
so my mom was there with him almost like 24/7, right? And so when she wasn't with him, he was freaking out, right? He's like, Ann, come home, can't come home, I need kind of like I need you to be there. So there was one day she wasn't there, and that's when my father passed away. And my mom blamed herself too, right? The same thing. She was kind of like, if only I was there. What if I was there before? Maybe I would have been able to, you know, save him or comfort him, or and that's probably what you went through too as well, right?
Yeah.
And but it took her a while to get through that,
Yeah.
because it was that self blame that really, and she couldn't let go of it, but eventually, as she started to move forward with her life and spend more time with us, her family, and just being surrounded by love and all that, it kind of you know help release all that pressure from herself, because
Yeah.
that blaming, it can really hurt you, right? And that's probably what
Exactly.
you went through that brought you to a place where you felt that, oh my gosh, I can, if I couldn't even save that person, there's probably I can't do anything else, right? So
Yeah.
so when did you realize that? I mean, do you still blame yourself to this day? Hey, Narita, how are you doing? Hey, Shell. I think I said hi, Shell, but thank you so much, guys, for being here. Uh, so, what was my question? So do you still feel that within you? Like, are you still blaming yourself? And you feel kind of responsible that maybe she had passed away because of you, or have you kind of like slowly let that go?
Well, it wasn't just her; it was other
And
family
others
members too
after
that I
that,
was losing every time. So,
right?
but Melissa's been there for me like thick and thin when I was going through everything. So, she's been
Hmm.
there ever since. And then I went to Elevation Church and got baptized and got myself some help. And they were saying, had you not come to us, that things wouldn't have gone any better. So,
Hmm. Melissa says
but
that's where people have to learn and live, not to dwell on the past, because you can't change the past, but you can only change your actions for the future. Yes, that is absolutely true. I love writing quotes about that. How we tend to, our mind is very important where it's at. Okay, the present moment is where it should be. The past, it's normal for us humans to do that, right? We love looking at our past. We look at the bad decisions we made, or what if this, what if that, and then we look too much into the future, like, oh my gosh, we worry about the future instead of kind of like when I was healing myself, I did that constantly, right? And that's how I hit rock bottom, because I felt that I was never going to heal myself, and that I was going to be I was going to be living in this darkness forever. I was never going to find the light, and I kept painting this picture for myself. And which what happens is you're going to create that reality for yourself, right?
yeah,
You don't want that, right? So that's why the present moment is like the most important time that we cannot miss, because this is where we're going to make all our choices that are going to affect us for tomorrow. So if you want better tomorrows, then you have to start doing good things today, right? And that does
yeah,
not include going back into your past and blaming yourself and looking. And I know it's hard, right? It's just human nature for us to do it. And that's why I talk a lot about working on yourself and strengthening your mindset and focus, because once you start to have that focus, then you can fine tune, and I talk about this a lot, about which thoughts that you need to start concentrating on, right? Which are the ones that are going to help you move forward and evolve, instead of like stuck at the same place, or maybe even feel like you're walking backwards, right? Because you don't want to walk backwards. If you want to work on a better
exactly.
version of yourself, you have to take those steps moving forward. And this is exactly what Zachary is doing right now, right? And how what how can you explain to people the difference between being in the light and being in that darkness.
Yeah.
How do you explain, how can you explain it to people, like that the difference between your life last year and your life now?
Well, ever since I got baptized and spending time with my cousin and going out to see her and trying to get out there and everything else, it's like really helping me to move forward. So, and I'm
Mhm.
concentrating now on getting a new life together. I'm trying to get out to where my cousin is, and
Right.
I'm trying to get like a podcast going. I'm trying to get a home
Awesome.
studio going. I'm trying to
Amazing.
get my singing career going. And
Amazing.
so that's
Sounds
what I'm
like
doing to
me,
move forward.
because I stopped
Yeah.
singing when I was going through my darkness. I just completely stopped. I was saying to myself, "Oh my gosh, what a waste of talent," you know. But now I did exactly what you did. I started watching YouTube, and I started watching people doing like song covers, and I was like, "Oh, you can do that." So I bought a microphone, I bought all this stuff, I set up a sound studio downstairs in my basement. I started singing again, and now when I work, I sing, because singing brings me joy, right?
Yes, it
So,
does.
and I'm sure when you tap into that, you feel that too, right? So,
Yes, I do.
right, so you're starting to understand that doing these small things is a part of bringing your happiness and finding peace, right? It's weird because once you step into that light, you start to realize a lot of things about yourself, and you start to understand what loving yourself can do for you, right? So,
Yeah.
do you think you started to love yourself a lot more than you did last year?
Yep, I have.
You have, right? Do you think
Yeah.
the being baptized helped you, or you
Yes, it
realized,
did actually. It really helped me progress better because
right?
things started happening after that.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly. It's a wait, hold on a second. Melissa says music does really heal the soul in so many ways. It does. And Helen says I feel the same way about my son passing. I still feel guilty after almost 16 years. And I think it's really tough to you know to forget or forgive, right? But eventually, as long as you know that, you know someone passing is like, yeah, like when I look at it, I look at, okay, before we come to this planet, where did we come from, right? If you believe in like the soul, and you believe that this body that we're in is just a physical, like, transportation vehicle that we use so that we can experience our journey here on earth. But what happens after that? Do you believe that there's a heaven? Do you believe that where we originally came from was a place of love? And yes, I do 100% believe that we are from a place where it's filled with love. So what happens is when we come down here, and it's a really high frequency up there. So when you actually come here on earth and you have your experience here, it's a much lower frequency. It's like third dimensional vibrational
Yeah.
frequency, right? And so we feel that we're missing love, and that's why we search for it. We feel that we're missing happiness, and that's why we're searching for it, and also peace. Because if we come from a place that's full of that, and then you go to a place where you're missing a lot of that, that's where we get we feel like that anxiety, or that depression, or all that negative energy, that we feel weighed down, right? So it makes a huge difference when you believe that, yes, there's a heaven. When someone passes away, even though they're not here with you physically, that their soul is eternal, and that they are, like, they're probably watching us right now, right? Like, everyone that passed away recently for you is here,
Yeah.
sitting in the same room as you and listening to you, and they're probably so proud of you, Zachary, for what you have achieved in such a short period of time. And your cousin Melissa's here, rooting for you, and like, just alone, like, her being here just proves how much she cares and loves for you, and that she'll do anything for you, so that
Yeah, like I was saying, like every time, like not physically, but every time I'd fall, she'd be right there. Every time I would trip up, she'd be
yeah,
right there. Every
yes,
time I fall flat, she's right there.
yeah. And Melissa, I was talking to Zachary before we actually came live, and I was like, would you like to have Melissa come live to come talk with us? So if you're interested, Melissa, I can send you a link here on the chat. You could click it, and all you have to do is type in your name, and you can come join us on the chat if you'd like. Just give me a thumbs up or something, and I can have you actually come on, Melissa, and you can share your side of the story. because you were there when Zachary was in a very very dark place, right? And now and you could tell us, how much of a difference he is from today and how he was like last year, right? So, but it's totally up to you, Melissa. There's no pressure. Helen says, I do believe that my son Philip is watching down from heaven. And definitely, Helen, he definitely is. And sometimes you can actually feel them, right? It's a weird thing because we are all made out of energy. We can't see it, but we can feel it, you know. So he's watching. Benji Girl says, up until now, I blame myself for losing my two boys. Yes, Benji Girl lost her two boys. So many maybes. Maybe if I took better care of myself, or maybe if I was more aware of the baby's movements, or maybe if I listened to the doctor more. Yes. I think we spoke about that last time, Zachary. I remember, I don't know if you were here on the last live. She was talking about how she lost her two sons before she had Lala.
I can't remember if I was on there or not.
Okay, yeah. And that's just something really hard to move forward with when you know that you've lost your two children, and then you're hoping that one day you can have another, but then you might have this trauma like, well, what if it happens again, right? So I'm so proud of you, Benji Girl, for what you went through and overcoming those obstacles, and now you have Lala and she's like an angel too. So Melissa says, I would let me change to my laptop so I have my camera. Oh, perfect, Melissa. Melissa's gonna come. Hi, Tammy.
Hi.
Oh, by the way, it was.
And like I said the last time, if he gets on my nerves, I sick her on him.
Yeah, Tammy says she's gonna get Melissa. It was your happy anniversary, by the way, because it was Zachary and Tammy's anniversary on the 20th, right?
5 years.
Same day. Actually, it was the same day as my mom's anniversary.
And the same day as my aunt and uncle's anniversary too. Melissa's grandmother and grandfather, which is my great aunt and great uncle.
Oh wow, it's crazy. I think that's just the perfect day to get married, right? Benji Girl says, Lala's my rainbow baby. Shell says, I firmly believe. Oh, I'm just going to post this. Shell says, I firmly believe that our loved ones become our guardian angels, and my Bean is my forever angel. I miss him immensely. And as you know, Shell is one of my most loyal followers. She's been following me for over 3 years. And I don't know if you know about Bean, Zachary, her dog. No. If you've been watching my lives, I always talk about Bean and Shell. And, it's like, and he passed away. How long was it ago, Shell? Like 7-8 months ago or something like that. But she did find Coda, her new forever puppy friend, loved one. And Shell had to go through that because losing a pet is just as hard as losing a family member, because they are they're pretty much your family member. So Shell had to go through that experience, after being with Bean for so long, right? So, and I believe that Beans was able to send Coda. Oh, and there we go. Here's one.
Ginger.
Oh, right. Ginger. Welcome to the RLQ show with Roger Lee and Zachary, Ginger.
This is the boss.
This is the boss of the house.
Yeah. That's the boss of the house. That is the boss of the house. So, how hard was it for you during that darkness? Like, for me, it was like there was, in my mind, I was telling myself there is no way I'm ever going to heal from this. Did you have those same thoughts too?
Yes, I still have those thoughts today, like very seldom, but not like constantly. But Melissa's able to get inside my head, and she's able to listen to my thoughts and able to control my thoughts to where I can't. And she's able to help me get through.
That's where I say smack them.
Oh wait, why am I typing? Sounds good, Melissa. Melissa said Windows is updating. I was like, okay, I better type in chat to respond. Oh wait, I could just use my voice. And Paula says hi, hello to all of you. I made it, yay for Paula. Hey Paula, how are you doing? Benji Girl, Cat Girl says, I lost my dad 5 years ago on July 15th, 2019, on my great aunt's birthday. Every now and then I think about my dad and cry and get sad. And that's totally normal to do, like I'm sure you still cry, Zachary, when you think about, all the people that passed away from your close ones.
Yeah. And then when I see posts go up on Facebook, it's very hurtful because I'm not there, right? See what
kind of posts? What kind of posts? Like
like when it comes to my aunt, I see them spending time with her at her grave, and I'm not there, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
why am I seeing this? And then it's like it hurts me not being there,
Yeah.
and then I'm
It's
just like,
okay.
what am I to do? And it like very hurts me.
Hmm. You think you're a bit more controlled now? Like when those thoughts start to come in your head, do you feel that you feel less that you're angry about yourself and you're kind of more calm? Because being calm in any situation is always the best thing, right? Do you
Yes,
feel that you're more calm now and you kind
yes,
of like,
more calmer than I ever have been.
and do you think that's because you feel that you feel the light more,
Yes.
that it makes a
With
huge difference?
everything I'm doing now and gotten baptized and having Melissa in my life, it's really helped me progress better. Like I'm a lot better than I have been now, and I'm trying to move forward. And
And you were also telling me that you are actually going to be hopefully moving closer to Melissa, right?
yes,
And
that's
yeah, that is,
that's
I
a
think
fact right now.
that's just a proof that great things are coming your way, right? Like it's
Well,
kind
one
of
of
weird.
one of my family members, my cousin Debbie, she keeps telling me, she goes, "Now Zachary, you're going up towards where Melissa lives, right?" I'm just like, "Yeah, I
Like,
am."
was it? Oh, this is before you knew you were moving, or
No,
after?
no, she still tells me every now and then when I'm talking to her. She
Oh,
keeps telling
okay.
me, "Now Zach, you're going to go live up by Melissa, right? And there's not going to be any arguments, right?"
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, "I'm not
Oh,
arguing." I said, "I'm working that out with her." So
oh yeah. No, but that's definitely a sign that good things are coming your way. And so, when you all start opening those doors for yourself, there's more opportunities. And it's just weird because it just appears in front of in your life when it was totally unexpected, right? But if
yeah,
those things wouldn't have happened when you're in your darkness, so that's why I talk a lot about, once you start loving yourself and once you start finding that light, the universe starts to realize that, okay, now it's ready for me to start giving you all the good things, because now you are ready to take it to the next level, right? But during that time
yeah.
of darkness, I was not ready at all, right? I
Oh,
had to
neither wasn't I. I was
right,
struggling, struggling, struggling,
yeah.
struggling,
But during
and
that
I
time,
couldn't find myself.
you learned a lot about yourself too at the same time, right? During that
Yes,
darkness, right? Like
yeah,
you found yourself, right?
yeah.
And that's why now you have this vision of, I'm going to start a podcast, I'm going to create a studio, I want to start singing, all those things, right? Because you start to you that sense of belief, like I believe, I'm starting to believe again. Then you start saying, "Oh, I can believe that I can have a successful podcast. I can believe that I can do this. I can believe I can do that," and that's so amazing, right? Because that's just you realizing that, oh my gosh, I'm starting to know who I am, right? I know who I am, because before I healed myself, I was completely lost. I didn't know where to start, where to go, if I even had a future, right? But
Neither did I.
yeah, exactly, right. And then once I started to write quotes, that's when I knew this is where my heart was. I loved writing and helping people, and and from writing that one quote, that one day I decided to just try it out, led me to where I am today, right? So, hold on a second. Benji Girl said something. Okay, sometimes I cry when I look at Lala, which is her daughter, and wonder what if my boys were alive and they are all together. It doesn't lessen the pain. You just get used to it. I can totally picture that, and you just kind of picture it and have a vision of what happens and what if, right? So I totally understand that, Benji Girl, and I know it's tough, but as we know, Lala's there, and your angel. Um, Paula says, "I'm glad Zachary's feeling better and good things are going his way." Let's put that up from Paula. Thank you so much, Paula. Oh, Melissa's ready. And Shell says, "Sorry for your loss, Benji girl or cat girl." Okay, so I'm gonna give hold on a second, Melissa, the link. I'm gonna put it on the chat right here. If this is for you, Melissa, are you ready? Zachary's so happy. All right, so Melissa, click that link. It's coming, and then all you got to do is enter your name, and then I will have you here with us. Are you excited, Zachary?
Yes, she's so helpful. See what I mean?
Yes. That's amazing, Melissa. You're awesome.
And we already told Melissa we're not going to the CNE without her.
Oh, did you hear that? When do you guys plan on going? Wait, it's not
We're
open.
not. We've already made a decision. We're not going.
Oh, you're not going.
No.
What if Melissa says she's gonna go with you guys?
Is she?
I don't know. We're gonna find out.
Because last I knew she was going to Paris.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, why don't you go to Paris with her?
No, because she's going with her mom.
Oh, okay.
She's having a
We're just
mother-daughter
waiting for
fight.
Melissa, and as you, if you missed it, Melissa is Zachary's cousin, who was there with him during a very dark time, and I've been there for you even prior to your depression. She's always just been there by your side, right?
I will be honest with you. There's a lot of things now that I can't do or go without her now. Like she's been like right there for me.
That's amazing. You know, that's incredible.
Like when we went to the zoo, I couldn't go without her. When we went to the ROM, I couldn't go without her.
Was Tammy there? Were you there, Tammy?
Yes.
Yep.
She was there.
Oh, okay.
I won't go to the CNE without her either.
Yeah, we were.
I haven't
supposed to
been
go
there
to
for
the
so
CNE
long.
next month, but no.
Oh, Shell says, Zach, what does your sweatshirt say? I was gonna ask the same question. Oh,
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
I got it from Elevation Church.
Oh, okay. Oh, you got it from there. That's where you got baptized, right?
Yes.
Nice. I love it, man. It's nice, big, bold letters and bright, like rainbow colors. It's
And
awesome.
it says Elevation Church on the arms too.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome.
They've been like really helpful.
Elevation worship.
Where is that? Downtown Toronto?
There's one in Whitby. There's one in Mississauga.
Right.
And their other one is in North Carolina, their biggest one.
Oh, are they originating from the States?
Yes.
Oh, I see. Well, they have quite a few locations here, huh? Here in Toronto.
The way we go is we take the 115 to the airport and then 7 South.
Oh, okay, I got you. So, do you go there frequently? Do you go there like?
Yes, Sundays.
When it doesn't.
Well, when it doesn't rain.
Oh, I see. What happens when it snows?
I don't know. We're never seen that.
You don't know yet.
We
at least one per month. Because when our winters hit, you know, Zachary, it's pretty rough. I mean,
oh no, when winter hits, I hibernate.
Oh, we all do. You know, that's what I'm trying to get out as much as I can, but unfortunately today it's not sunny. I mean, we had a glimpse of some sun, but it's been, you know, on and off. You know, I need sun. I need to go outside. You know, I want to do my lives like outdoors. We're just waiting for Melissa to come on. I hope she can see the link.
I'm sure she'll.
You're there, right? Okay. Yeah, I think it just takes the time to get on. Yeah, so you know, finding that light is funny because you know I didn't believe it at all that you know I was ever going to see it, or even if there was one. You know, I heard about it a lot. Like this is like even before I had my anxiety and depression about the light. You know, the light at the end of the tunnel. But I never realized, or I discovered how powerful it was when I did find it, and when you're living in it, when you become it. Because like everything about your life and the world and its existence, like it glows tenfold, right? It's kind of like you start to see. Oh, I hear something. I just got to see a video. I see Melissa, but I don't see her video. Hi, Edie. How are you doing? Welcome. Oh, I see her. Oh, okay, Melissa. I'm gonna bring Melissa on. I just want to say hi to Edie. I was watching for about 15 minutes before I crashed. Well, you made it, Edie. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna bring Melissa here. She's ready. Wow, she's got her. Do you have her? Okay, here she goes. There she comes. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Melissa. Can you hear us? Okay. You're lagging just a little bit.
Camera's off.
Your camera's off. We all see you, Melissa. You're lagging just a little bit. I can't hear you or anything. But there's Melissa. You're all smiles. Oh, no wonder, man. She's so. She's in
the dark.
She's glowing. She's already glowing, and she's not even speaking. Melissa, we see you, but you're not. We don't see your mouth move. We can't hear your voice. So if you want, you can try disconnecting and relogging again. Try that, Melissa. Benchigil says hi, Melissa. And Benchigil says hi to Edie. Paula says, "Oops, typo. Praise the Lord, Shell." It says Paula. So have you? Oh, okay. She's gonna try again. So Melissa's been in Toronto with you for ever since you were kids, or
No. Just trips. Like when we went to the Toronto Zoo, she was there for me. When we went to the ROM, she was there for me. I can't go places now without her because she's like right there for me. Like
right,
when
right.
she's there, she's you as well. But I'm just saying, besides you, she's always like right there for me. So
That's awesome.
like I'm finding that when I'm like not spending time with her and when she's not there for me, I'm finding that I'm struggling. But when she's there, I'm like, all right, I can focus. I'm a lot better. She's here. I don't have to worry.
Mhm. Do you think that somewhere in the near future you will be able to take that step to go to places without Melissa not being there with you? Eventually, in
I am
time.
trying, but
Okay. I believe in you, Zachary. I absolutely believe that you're going to be able to do it. And I think when that comes and you're able to cross that bridge, is gonna be so powerful for you.
like when we went to the ROM, we're a part of a group called Friends and Advocates. When it's a social group.
Mm-hmm.
When they were asking me, Zach, we really like it if you would come on this trip. And I looked at Tammy. Tammy looked at me, and she knew exactly what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, "Okay, wait a minute. If you want him to go, the only way this is going to happen is if his cousin comes with him. That's the only way he's going.
Okay.
But unless she goes, he's not going."
Okay. It might be in here in your head too, right? Right? Like you need to go there. I have to go there. She needs to be there with me. And I think
Yes.
Melissa, I see Melissa moving now. Let's try again. Much better. Can you hear us, Melissa?
I can't even see her. She's in the dark.
You can't see her? I
Hopefully
can
it's-
see her, but
Oh,
it's
there
going
she is.
really- Yeah, you hear her?
Oh, there she is.
But it's going really slow. Okay, wait. Hi, Melissa.
Is it working now?
Yes, I hear you.
Yay.
It's much better than before. I can hear you, but it's lagging just a little bit.
Now
Okay, I think it's
remember,
working.
Melissa, I told you over the phone, we're not going without you, girl.
They're talking about CNE. Was it CNE?
Yep.
But I was told that you're probably going to Paris with your mom.
It'd be better if I
You know what you should try? You should try your cell phone. Are you using your cell phone, Zachary?
Yeah, I'm using my cell phone.
Yeah, I think if you can, you should try your cell phone, Melissa. It might work much better. Man, I feel bad. She just got her laptop and waited for Windows to update and everything. See, she's a warrior.
Yes, she
She's
is.
gonna do whatever it takes, right?
maybe. Okay. Let me try that.
All right, cool. Let's try that.
There we go.
Okay, see. Edie says, I can't drive. My birthday is tomorrow. Today is my cousin. Is it your birthday, Edie? Tomorrow?
Okay, let me.
Today is my cousin. So happy birthday to Edie's cousin. And I think Edie's saying that it's her 55th birthday tomorrow. I can't drive. 55 birthday is tomorrow. So happy birthday to Edie's cousin. And I think Edie's saying that it's her 55th birthday. Oh, I hear my voice.
This one. I'm trying to get. I use my cell phone.
Don't worry, we got you. I mean, you got this. You got this. Yeah. So Melissa, he's been talking a lot about you, and it reminded me a lot about my mom. My mom was there for me constantly. All those days I spent crying and just felt like alone. My mom was always there. And honestly, I wouldn't be here without her. She just showed me how strong you can be, even when someone's like at their weakest, right? So I really looked up to her for that.
Is
And
this
so that's
better?
why, yeah, it is actually. Oh wait, hold on a second. Let me see.
Okay.
Oh, much better. Okay, I got to take you off this one. So
Here.
you want to disconnect from
You'll
your
exit
PC
this other one.
There we go.
and then turn off. Wait, let me see. Can I hear myself? Oh, perfect. Way better. We should have just told you that from the beginning, right?
To just go through the cell phone.
Yes. That would have worked so much better. But yes, welcome, Melissa, to the show. Hey, Zachary, see, we got our wish. We got Melissa here on.
Hi, Zachary.
Hi, cousin.
When was the last time you guys saw each other in person?
Last
Last time we saw each other was, I believe,
ROM.
we went to. Sorry.
ROM.
Yeah, we went to
The
the
ROM.
ROM.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I remember going to ROM. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, we were on a party.
Yeah, it's here somewhere.
We were on the party bus.
I can just do. Yeah, exit.
Oh, because
Like,
do you hear some sound in some noise in the background or no? No, it sounds good. So
Oh, there we
Melissa,
go.
hello.
hi. So I don't know if you're familiar with my story, where I came from, and why I do what I do. I was in a place where Zachary was, different reasons. And I felt I hit rock bottom, and it was like, I'm telling you, like, hitting rock bottom is probably the worst things you can ever go through in your entire life. And to be able to, push yourself and believe that one day you're going to be able to heal yourself, is a huge accomplishment, right? But the topic for today is about finding the lights, and I just want people to know, what was Zachary like during that really, really dark time?
See, for most of my life growing up, I didn't really know Zachary that much. But then I ended up hearing about him through my mother. And she was like, "Oh, there's like this family member, blah blah blah." I mean, they're like, he's not blood related, but he's still related through her stepfather, which was like basically her father her whole life, because her biological father left a while ago, and he ended up finding us through some sort of Facebook, and then I got to know him. And I could just tell right away that he was just like he's like one of those kind of family members where you just don't want to lose, because you know that like anybody who wants to stay and hold on to family,
Yeah.
and no matter how far away they are, how close they are, whether they're immediate family or like far family is a really big thing.
It is.
And like when I was growing up, I spent a lot of time with family. I don't spend as much time with family as I used to. Like we used to go to
Everywhere.
family, like every weekend we were at someone's house, right?
Oh, okay.
And I was introduced to Zachary, and Zachary is definitely one of those people that he can be a lot, but I can also be a lot too, and I know how to handle him and who he is. So like, I was always like, you know what? If there's people, whether they want to talk to him, not want to talk to him, you know what? He's family, and I'm always gonna be like that type of person to like all like he's family, and like to me family is a really big thing. And even I went through a bunch of illness in my life, and I was nonstop ill through my whole life, and it got really bad a few years ago, and then Zachary was always there to be by my side, basically like like
Sorry.
I probably hit rock bottoms too, but
Yeah.
when
But you
you
made it
have
out.
family and people that are there for you. And yeah, I mean, there's still like hiccups and bumps and here and there, but like, I mean, my life right now is better than what it was a few years ago. So, I
Amazing.
mean, with
Sometimes you have
going
to
through
look at that.
illness and
You know,
with
when
going through illness and stuff my whole life, and then it's always nice to have somebody there to lean on when when you really need it, you know. So I mean,
that's why you have both of you guys can lean on each other, right? Whenever someone's in a very down stage,
oh
uh,
yeah, like even when
either
your Zachary got these T-shirts for us, and there's T-shirts of different pictures of me and him, whether it was his wedding or a time
oh,
when
you
I
know
went to
what?
go jump on his back at the park and surprise him. And every time I wear those shirts, I'll always send him a picture and be like, Zachary, look what I'm wearing.
Oh my
Always trying to
God.
make him feel happy, you know, because
Look at him now,
there's
he's
a lot.
smiling.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in his life that like to try to put him down and try to not 100% agree with a lot of his decisions in life.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, those are just bumps and hurdles that you just have to get through. What really truly makes you happy in life is what you have to focus on. And if those people aren't making you happy, well then guess what? They can go to the curb, because what really matters in life is when people are happy, and you just have to like keep the ones that matter the most close,
Yeah,
right?
like you, for sure, because you understand what makes him happy, right? And you know,
Oh yeah.
that circle, including family, friends, whoever it may be, that circle is incredibly important, right? So to
I
find your
still
happiness,
really hope that he does go to the CNE though.
No,
you
Not
have to go with
without
them though.
you.
No, but I'm going to Paris, France, at
no.
around the time that he is going with my mom,
Oh,
because she's going to see her best friend that she's had since she was 8 years old, and I'm
wow.
going with her.
Hmm.
And and I know they were really looking forward to going to the CNE.
Yeah.
So I really hope that they still do go
Go
and
with
try to
them.
have some fun without me,
Right.
even though
I was
I
saying
won't
that
be
earlier.
there.
I was saying
Because
that.
no matter what, Zachary, I'm still going to be in that little heart of yours.
Yeah. Or she could do like a FaceTime with you while you're at CNE when she's in Paris. So it'll be kind of like she's
No
there.
way, not
No?
happening. Nope.
They,
Okay,
they won't do anything without me.
we're gonna have to reschedule for next year for CNE,
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
right? Yeah, so when you see Zachary now, do you look at him like, wow, I can't believe he actually, because you witnessed the whole thing, like him from 6 months ago. I think it was 6 months ago you were still in a
She
very bad,
witnessed me
bad
after her grandfather died, which is my great uncle.
Yeah, which has been
how long
a
ago?
few years now.
Oh, a few years already.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he's definitely better than what he was. He's been pretty down before, and I just have to keep reminding him. You just got to keep pushing forward. Life is gonna knock you down, but you know what? What all that matters is that you get back up on your feet and you keep walking, because you're never gonna get to the end of the road without walking.
Taking those steps, right? Taking those
Yeah,
steps is, you know, even no matter how small they are, they all count. Every step counts. And
yeah,
it prove to yourself, Zachary, that you know moving forward is like the best direction. It is for me, it is the only direction. Back then, before I learned all about this, I kept thinking about my past and all my failures, and you know why I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have that. But then I realized that, wait, what am I doing, man? I'm just like wasting my time thinking about what I can't change, right? What I can do today is the most important, because I can start, you know, when I decided I wanted to change my life, I said I have to stop waking up in the morning and reminding myself how bad my life is and that I'm never going to heal myself and all
yeah,
that. I changed my routine, you know, and I was talking about my last live. It's like if you're listening to the same song over and over again, and if it's a really bad song, you're not going to be happy. So
Exactly.
I put on a new song that made me want to do stuff. and made me feel that I can do anything, right? But I had to break that ice because I felt, because I had a concussion, right, and that's what pretty much caused my whole depression, anxiety. I felt I became like a bubble boy, so I was afraid to touch things because I had this like sensation all over my body. But then I came to a point like I have nothing to lose, so I'm gonna start cleaning up this basement. I'm gonna start doing the lawn again. I'm gonna start working out. I'm gonna start singing, and once I started bringing all that stuff back into my life, I can start seeing the sun. I could start that little bit of light I could barely see start to get brighter and brighter every single day, and I just followed it. And I healed myself. I was taking 4 antidepressants a day. I had to wean myself off of that as well. And, once I did that, which took me about 6-7 months, I felt so free because as I asked Zachary if he ever took antidepressant. He hasn't. He's like, I do take a medicine, but it's for something else, right? Zachary?
It's for my back.
Yeah, for his back. So I'm so glad you didn't take that step, because just thinking about trying to get off antidepressants causes you anxiety, right? Because
just even getting on antidepressants when you do need them, it's a roller coaster, trying to find the right dosage and this and that. And even you forget a day and your whole mind gets out of whack.
Oh my God. I remember
and then,
I was like down to my last pill, and I took it and freaking out because I was like, I need it. I need it so bad. I became so dependent on it, right? I started off with 0.5 milligram, and it became like 3 milligrams a day, right? So it started really small, and it just blew up to like, because I was like, I need it. I had a panic attack almost every single day, right? But it's scary because you're like, I have to take this for the rest of my life. Like, you're dependent on this thing. But I have to say though, if I like, I had to take it in order for because it calmed me down. And without having to take the antidepressants and to be calm, I wouldn't have been able to at least clean up my basement, which basically changed my whole thing, right?
Yeah.
So it did help.
And that's where you kind of got to look at you taking the medication at the time as a good thing. Like, at the time, yes, it was good and it did help you. But in order for you to be here where you are today, you had to be on those antidepressants to be able to get that stuff done. So that now every time when you wake up and you see that clean basement, you see that clean, like, everything's put away, that did help you, And like sometimes, like when you sprain your leg or something and you need a crutch to walk around, the crutch isn't hindering you from doing what you need to do. It's the sprain that's hindering you, and that crutch is actually helping you get through what you need to get through and the distance you need to go. And
once you're healed, you won't need the crutches anymore.
Yeah, and then once you heal, then you won't need the crutches anymore. And for some people, when they take antidepressants, they take it for years and years because they need it. Some people, they only take it for a little while. But you can't look at something like an antidepressant or anything like that as a loss. You have to look at it as that crutch that's helping you get where you need to go to get you further in life, like, as a good thing,
Support, man. Just like you and Zachary. Supporting each other.
Way, Richard.
And Tammy, we can't forget about Tammy. Tammy was there too.
Roger, let's just put it this way. When I'm sleeping, these two are up all night gabbing on the phone.
You got mail. You got mail.
Oh man, I remember that. You got mail.
Tammy's like, can you stop getting mail so I can go to sleep?
It doesn't bother me if he's talking to her. But if he's talking to anybody else, it's like, hello, it's like after midnight, go to bed.
Tammy's definitely an early riser. She's up at like 4:00 in the morning, so.
Oh, right.
I can't help it when it's military.
Oh, so Melissa, did you ever take antidepressants or anything? Did you ever?
I'm on an antidepressant right now.
Okay, so you are. Okay,
I started initially because when I got really sick and I was getting all these seizures and functional tics and stuff like that, because I got diagnosed with functional neurological disorder. Okay. And I think it happened a year before, and then it kind of like was in remission a little bit. And then I got the COVID vaccine, and 11 days later, ended up getting all these seizures and everything. They started me off at the lowest dose, which is about 7.5 milligrams. And it goes, the highest dose is 45 milligrams, and I'm all the way up at 35. Wow. And honestly, if anything, even if I feel like maybe it helps my mood stay better so that I have a lesser chance of having functional or non-epileptic seizures, because when I'm really low, everything likes to pile on and build up so much that it just really it hits me really hard, and it makes it hard for me to work sometimes and stuff like that. So I mean, but I'm a lot better now than what I was about 2-3 years ago when everything started.
It was really bad. It was really bad. I saw the video.
A video of
one of my teachers.
Oh, really?
I was sitting there and I was watching it, and the tears just came down my face. I'm like, here we go again. That's the only thing I can think of.
Well, that must be hard to see, especially for someone that you love so much, right?
Yeah.
But now you're doing better. Both of you doing better. You know.
Yeah, not 100% cured. I mean, I still do get my functional tics, and every once in a while I'll get a seizure. But I mean, it's a lot better than what it was.
Okay.
So, and with
very good.
And even just with Zach being there and being like, let's go out, let's go to the room, let's go do all this stuff, you know, it helps you, you know?
Oh, for sure, for sure. I spent so much time at home. I didn't go out during that time. I felt so alone, even though I have a lot of kids, my family's always there, but for some reason it just felt like I was just the only one suffering from this, you know? But then I realized, you know what, Roger, you're not the only one. There are millions of people out there that are going through not the exact same symptoms I have or whatever, but just you know, mentally up here, right? You know, and then that's when I realized that, you know what, I need to heal myself, and if I'm able to do so, then I'm going to share my story. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to share my story to as many people as I can, and just tell them that there is this light. There is a light. Okay, you have to believe
there is a light.
It definitely is. And I think the one thing I learned the most is just being grateful. I know we all have we go through a lot of tough times, and we've overcome a lot of them too, right? And life is not going to be perfect. You're always going to have these bad days, but you're also going to have some really great days as well, right? So, you know, I just have to remind myself, you know, every single day when you wake up and you're able to breathe, you should definitely be grateful and be thankful for another opportunity to have life for another day. Right, you have a chance to do something for yourself, or to help someone, or whatever the case may be. And you know, and that's where I found my passion, like writing quotes and, you know, doing my videos and helping people. And you know, that's why when I heard about Zachary finding the light, I was like, I got to get him on, because I want people to know, you know, that and tell people that there is this light, even though you don't believe it. Because but once you find it, I'm telling you, it is such an amazing feeling, you know.
And even still, even when you do take a few steps back and things try to bring you down again, yes, it can really bring you down, and you can really feel defeated in the moment. And then you just have to remember, there's the light. You just have to keep those feet walking towards the light. The closer you get to the light, the better you'll feel. And when
you arrive, oh my,
yeah. It's like you open this door to all this goodness, and you're like, oh my god,
it's too overwhelming. It's like, oh my gosh, what is happening? What is happening, right? And you know, after Zachary got baptized, that's probably what he just said, wow, this it's a whole new world. It's a whole new world.
Yeah,
and it is. And you know, I'm so glad. My journey was really, really difficult, but I'm so glad I went through it. I'm so I always say it's a blessing in disguise, but at the time, obviously, I didn't feel that way because I was like, "Why me? Why me? Why am I going through this?" But now I understand. Out of that whole time, I suffered, but as I healed myself, I learned so much about love, and how powerful and how strong it is, and that's why I try to share it as much as I can on a daily basis because I think
Yeah.
one of the best things that any human being can do is to help another human being, right? And for me to go to bed thinking that I have done that and waking up in the morning and telling myself that, hey, you know what, I'm going to do it again today. I'm going to try to help as many people as I can. It's this feeling that makes me feel complete. And it's something this feeling I never had before when I was trying to find myself. But thank God he helped me find my passion, which is
for sure.
Wait, I have some people here talking. So Edie says good night from me and my grand dog Princess. Good night, Edie. Paula says you're the best. Josephine says good morning. Josephine, hi, how are you doing? I'm so glad you joined. And Sunny Love says hello, Roger Lee quote. It's me, Lala. Oh, this is Benji Girl's daughter. Oh, this is Benji Girl's daughter, Sunny Love. Hello, Roger Lee quote. It's me, Lala. My mama and I are watching together. Hi. Hi, Lala.
Hi, everyone.
That's so cute. Hi. Look, I put you on. You can see your chat there, Lala. Yeah, she watches my show, and yeah, they're awesome. Benji Girl's been following me for a long time. Yeah, so what do you have to tell people, Zachary, about your experience? Like for anybody that's going through a dark time right now and just feels like, there's no way I'm ever going to see that rainbow. What would you like to tell, my viewers?
Basically, try to find the best help that you can. Like Elevation's helping me, my cousin's helping me a lot, and that's all that matters to me. Like right now. Well, besides you, I'm just saying.
Tammy in the background. Yes. Listen, you're probably used to this, right? You're giving like giggles.
I just let everything happen.
And then you step in afterwards to calm things down.
The best thing to do is get the best help that you can.
Right, that support system, right? And loving yourself. Do you find that you're starting to love yourself more? Like you're starting to understand that, what you do to yourself and like especially taking care of, your thought process, right? Is so important. I learned that, your mind is the most powerful thing because everything that you're thinking about can have a opportunity to become a reality for yourself, right? So that's why I started to be like, okay, well, I got to start deciding what I should start focusing on, right? Should I continue listening to that voice that's telling me that I can't heal myself? Or should I start listening to that little voice that's saying, Roger, stay strong, have hope, don't lose faith, start listening to that voice instead and then once I start doing that, then, it wasn't easy because I had so many negative thoughts. Like it's like this guy you don't want to live in your place and you need to kick that person out, but you can't. And I was trying to do it every single day, but finally I was able to like say, that's it. You're not like running my life anymore. I need to start taking control of my own life. And that's when I start to.
Well, you can always also think of like all the negative thoughts and baggage of this and that, like everything, all is a million suitcases. You can pile on so many suitcases, but you're only going to get so far. Sometimes you need to put some of those suitcases down and you can always walk back and go get them later if you need to and go into whatever you need to do. Put some of those suitcases down. Carry what you can at the time because you can't always carry everything at once because you're only going to get so far.
Exactly. Yep. Very well said. It's true. And that's why when I started to clear my mind, I knew that it was time that, those thoughts that I was trying to listen to so hard and it was so soft, but they started to become louder once I started to say, these are the thoughts that I need to listen to. And these are the thoughts that are going to help me move forward. Right. So then the more I did that, the less I was, listening to that or that
the quieter the negative noise came.
Like, yeah, you know why? Because when I started cleaning that basement, and when I was done, actually, I realized, wait, what happened to like all those thoughts that I was listening to, like in the mornings, like the ones that were telling me that you're never going to heal yourself. I literally did not focus. I wasn't even thinking about any of those thoughts because I was just
Yeah.
focused on getting the job done, right? So then it was weird because it was like they just vanished, right? And then
Yeah.
my life literally changed after I cleaned that whole entire basement, which took me like almost a month, by the way, but it was so worth
Right.
it. Yeah, I
But
learned so
at the
much.
same time, too, when you clean the basement, you didn't just clean it all up at once. You picked one thing at a time,
I
and
started in the corner.
each single thing. Yep,
Yep.
you have to do everything one step at a time, because as much as everybody's trying to do everything all at once, in order to accomplish the big goal of the basement, you had to start with one corner and then another corner, and then slowly over time, it kept getting cleaner and cleaner. And
Yeah,
guess what? In the end, you obviously we're really proud of what you did, but everything starts with one thing at a time.
It was such a nice thing to see, like every single day I walk down the basement, it looked a little bit cleaner, and then when I woke up every single morning, I was like, I can't wait to go downstairs and make it cleaner and cleaner and cleaner, right? And then I was like, oh my gosh, this is taking me forever, right? Like tons of garbage bags, whatever. But when I was finally complete and it was all done and everything was organized and it was spick and span, and I just said, I can't believe I did this by myself. I doubted myself so much, but you know what? I guess, when you challenge yourself and you believe that you can get things done, hey, guess what? You can get it done. Right.
Yep.
So, I started to many other things after that. And I was like, you know what? I need to start doing something to share my story. Right. I got to do something. At first I wanted to start doing YouTube videos, but it's like, I don't think I'm ready. Right. So I started writing quotes instead. And, that like, again, it's those small little steps that will lead you to great things. Right. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a crazy journey, and it's amazing. Like I got to meet so many people like all over the world, and now I can get people like you guys to come on my show and share stories, because everyone has a story,
Mhm.
and especially for people, and everyone's gone through something really difficult, and sometimes you don't realize how your story can influence someone else, right? Because they're looking at someone like, hey, I wonder if anybody is going through something similar like me. Right. And you may have that story, right? That like even your story, for example, Melissa, somebody might be going through something that you had gone through. And if they watch this, they're like, wow, Melissa actually went through that. And now she's doing so much better. I have hope now, that I can one day be Melissa or Zachary.
Like one thing that I always say, like especially when you get sick with anything, like if you truly believe something is wrong, you need to keep pushing the doctors and keep pushing them and to figure out what's going on. I mean, I was grateful that I found out, I believe about 3 months in after everything that was going on, I was grateful how fast I was able to figure out what was going on. But you just have to keep pushing and pushing, and if you start to give up on things, then the doctors aren't going to care. They're just trying to push people in and out. But you have to be your voice, because only you can be your voice in knowing what's going on with you. Right? The doctors can only hear what you're saying, but you just have to find the right doctor or right person to really find out what's going on and this and that. And I mean, you're your own advocate, right?
Did you ever get a situation where a doctor told you something and you're just like, I think I want to get a second opinion? Or did you just like did the doctor tell you something that you didn't want to hear, or it felt kind of off? So you're like, you know what, I wanted to get
it's hard to yeah, kind of, because like when I was first going through, I didn't know like what was going on, and at first I kept going to like the doctors that were closer to me, and then eventually I just went downtown to one of the neurology hospitals, and I was explaining everything that was going on and this and that, and then they were almost going to send me home again, and then she's like, you know what? Let me get the on-call neurologist. Like it was an attending, so it wasn't like the actual neurology doctor. It was an attending from wherever. But when I explained everything, he was like, you know what? I think what you're explaining is going on is you are having non-epileptic seizures. Which then in turn, I ended up going to see an actual neurologist at that point. I went and I saw a movement disorder clinic as well, to rule out anything like Tourette's, which I thought maybe could have been a possibility as well. Turns out they were just functional tics. And after figuring out that they were only functional tics and the seizures that I was having, they were not epileptic. So it wasn't something like an electrical imbalance in the brain. It was just, it's kind of like a difference between a hardware and a software problem in a computer.
Okay.
Hardware you can interchange, whereas software is like, you have to kind of, it's like, it's just your brain, it's just shutting off and it doesn't know what to do, and that's just the way it's handling itself, right? And I mean, but I was lucky to have found, and once I got a better diagnosis and stuff, and I went to do some neurobehavioral therapy, which really helped as well with reducing the seizures that I was having. And I wasn't going to the hospital as much because I knew that whatever seizures I was having, that they're not going to hurt my brain. So long as they're not going to hurt my brain, I can know that. And I've never, thank God, have went unconscious during any of my seizures. So I know everything that's going on around me. I can usually give somebody a thumbs up to let them know that I'm okay. If they ask me, can't always. Sorry?
How long do the seizures usually last for?
I've had seizures that have lasted anywhere from like 30 seconds all the way up to 45 minutes was my longest one.
Wow, 45 minutes.
And it's basically my brain dissociating from anything and everything around. And it just, like, I literally, sometimes I'm lying there shaking. Sometimes I'm lying there just looking at the ceiling and not being able to move or do anything. And I mean, and at one point I've had as many of 6 to 8 seizures a day.
Wow.
Now it's about every few months.
Wow, that's a big difference
in terms of like bigger seizures. But I mean,
8 a day.
Like
you just don't know when they happen, right? It just happens.
Yeah, usually for me, I'll get some kind of like aura, like kind of like being like, "Hey, something's gonna happen. You should sit down somewhere."
You can sense it coming.
So usually I can lie down or in a bed, or sometimes I can like stumble to a bed, or sometimes if I'm like in a like a Walmart or something, I can just sit down and do whatever I need to do. Thank God that I'm able to even do that, because I know a lot of people with my condition, sometimes the seizures they come on like that, and you don't know when they're going to happen. Some of them, and a lot of people they go unconscious too. So, and even just having a seizure itself, it's very tiring. And every single time you have that seizure, you feel so defeated and so put down, and you feel like you got so far, and then it happens again, and then you just have to remember to pick yourself up and keep going, because if you don't, then you're going to let whatever illness run your life. And what you have to do is you have to tell the illness what you want to do, and that, like, you have to run the illness. You can't let the illness run you.
Exactly. I think this really helped you in helping Zachary when you saw him fall down, and you're just like, you have to, like, you went through it so many times, right? And you got to a place where you're like, you can say that you beat it many times as well, even though you had felt that you were defeated, right? So,
I've
and
been
now,
ill my whole life, so
yeah,
in
crazy.
a
You are.
hospital.
Benji Girl says, Melissa, you are a brave person and
Oh, thank
a
you.
warrior, definitely a warrior, right? That's amazing.
Hey, anybody and everybody's story for somebody, they may feel like, oh, I'm the only one, nobody else is going through it, but sometimes there are people out there,
Sure.
like you said, there are people out there that are going through something similar to what you have, and just your hope and your strength, even if it's just a little teeny tiny piece, that can really help somebody else push on and go through what they need to go through. Because I mean, that little bit of strength sometimes gives somebody else that you may not know of that extra bit of strength, or that little bit of strength to move on and keep going with what they're doing in life, you know?
Yeah. Sure. Paula says it is very tiring and draining when you have one. I speak from experience. I'm so glad we're all here. So it looks like
Yeah.
Paula had gone through it as well too, right? So wow, that's amazing. Now, see, I love listening to people's stories, and because I can look back at my own story and say, you know what, like mine compared with other people's is like they went through much more than I did. And just to hear it and to be able to share your story so other people can listen to it, it's really helpful. So Melissa, do you have anything you want to tell your viewers, for the people that are going to watch this after, because everyone heard you already, and what would you tell them about what you have learned so far on your journey?
Honestly, just take everything one step at a time. Things in life may seem hard, but you have to keep taking those steps to move forward in your life. Anything and everything, you can't look at it as a failure or as a setback. You have to look at it as a learning curve, and what you can learn what to do for things for the future. You keep yourself, find those people in your life that can really be there for you, and like the more people you find in your life that can really be there for you when you are sick or down or anything, like just find anything that keeps you forward, even if it's the littlest thing. Because a lot of people say, some people say the little things don't matter, but I say the little things is what makes the big things happen.
Yes, I totally agree with that. Totally. Yeah. Yeah, it's my family. My mom helped me so much. It's okay. My mom helped me so much. There's so many days I just sat down on my front porch. I just wanted to give up. And right when I had that point where I'm like, I'm gonna take off, I felt this arm come around me. It was my mom. She sat down beside me and she's like, Roger, whatever's going on in your life right now, just never lose hope. All right. Everything's gonna be okay, and she's like, even if it doesn't seem like it right now, you don't know what's gonna happen in the future. So just keep moving forward, because one day those little steps you're taking is going to take you to somewhere great, right? And I kept thinking about that, and it happened. So that's why I love what I do, and I know how powerful words can be. And when people read my quotes and they tell me that, hey, you know what, Roger, I really needed this today, and it helps them change the way they think, and I think that is so important, because once you're stuck in a certain mindset, it's almost like that same thing I was talking about, that same record you're playing, that same song you're playing over and over again, right? And some people are playing the sad song every single day for 24/7, right? But once you change that tune, you start to see that maybe there is a little bit of hope for me. Maybe there is this rainbow that everyone's talking about after this storm I'm going through, right? That's why I love writing storms and all that stuff. I mean, but when you do see it, then you could tell other people, you know what? I never believed in the rainbow after the storm. I never believed that there were brighter days ahead of me, but I found it. It's there, right? It's like it's there. So when you tell people and your story, and and they start believing in it, then and you know that you help them achieve to a place where they start, or they found the light. It's such an amazing feeling, right? So, you know,
Yeah.
So I just want to thank you both for sharing your stories. Like Melissa, I'm sorry we had to grab you, but I'm so glad you did come back.
I don't mind at all.
Make Zachary so happy. Like the whole time, Zachary's been
He's
smiling
smiling the whole time.
Amazing, right? Oh my god. Yeah, so I had an amazing time. I think I might even make this title "Finding the Light" a part of my a new series or something on my YouTube channel. But you know, because I know
for sure
people have been there, have been through a very dark time, and they have seen the light. So maybe this could be something I could do, and maybe I could have you both come back on again.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so awesome, right? Because I love to see you guys smile after hearing what you guys have gone through. And yeah, you guys are such amazing people, and I can see there's so much glow in you, right? Affect the people that are watching, right? So oh wait, just one more thing. Benji goes, so thank you, RLQ, for your time and effort, for your quotes, and now for your live streaming. It has helped a lot of people find the light in the dark, as well as inspiration to do through life every day. Thank you. You're very, very welcome, Benji girl. So I just want to say thank you again for everyone that did come on to the show. I wish I could go on longer because I know everyone's busy. I mean, like, what day is it today? I don't even know.
Wednesday.
Right?
Wednesday.
See, every day is like a weekend.
Every day is a weekend. What day is it today?
Hey, 2 more days to the weekend, guys. So I don't know. You guys are going to see. Was the CNE that you guys were supposed to go this weekend, or was it like
no? It was on the 20th of August.
Oh, August. Oh, yeah, because it's CNE is open in August, isn't it? Like
I think it's open from the 9th of August to September. It's usually open till the Labor Day weekend in September when they have the air show.
Oh, right. Oh man, it's been so long since I see.
I bet you when these two get off the interview, they'll be talking all night.
Oh yeah, maybe. Let me know. Barbara says, Barbara from California. Thank you, Roger, for your encouragement and good quotes daily. You're very, very welcome, Barbara. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Hopefully, I think my next live stream is going to be on Facebook because I haven't done one for a while. And then my next YouTube live is going to be probably on the weekend too. So, Melissa, are you following my page, by the way?
I'm subscribed.
You are? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so I guess the next time I get you guys online, I will let you guys know. But I just want to thank you, everyone, again for coming here, and hope to see you on my next live stream.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. I know Zachary. Zachary's always like Zachary be like, "Hi, Zachary from Brampton."
If he could be, he would be 24/7 on the damn phone.
I know you guys are probably gonna be still talking after we get off, right?
Oh yeah.
See, Tammy knows. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening, and if I don't hear from you, have an amazing weekend. But and hopefully I'll see you guys on my next live stream.
Yeah, no worries.
I may be sleeping, but I can hear in my sleep.
It was lovely to even hear your story too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's story will touch somebody in each different way.
Exactly. Hopefully I can get a lot of stories here on my live streams because there's so many people, so many stories to tell, and so many stories to learn from, right? So, okay, so I guess I'll see you guys later. Zachary, keep in touch, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Bye, Tammy, and happy anniversary again to you guys. Take care, guys. Bye. Love you guys so much.
Bye.
Bye.